Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lonnie from FlightSim Gaming. Today we are doing a flight from Reykjavik, Iceland, all the way down to Boston. We are flying with Play Airlines today. The reason for choosing this airline is because, you know, I like to do real world routes on this channel, and Play actually does fly to Boston regularly. I believe they fly every day down there, directly from Reykjavik to Boston. So this is a real-world route, as I was stating. It is flown in an A320neo, and today we are flying with the fly-by-wire A320. I have not flown this aircraft in a very, very long time. I am, you know, an avid Fenix A320 simmer, as you would call it. But, you know, all in all, this aircraft is almost similar. I believe the MK2 is a little bit different compared to the Fenix, but we'll have to, you know, hop back in the cockpit and kind of figure it out as we go. This airport is a payware airport from, I believe it's MK Studios, and you can find that all that information down in the description. I purchased it off of Orbex, I want to say a couple of years ago, and it was my first airport that I did purchase, and it's not too bad. You know, performance is pretty great. Right now we're getting about 63 FPS, and as you can see, the weather here in Iceland doesn't look that great. You know, every time I've flown into this airport, I've kind of realized that the weather's not that great in Iceland. You know, it is what it is, right? It's at almost to the North Pole. It's the top of Europe, and I believe this is sort of the gateway to Europe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but anyway, as we have GSX kind of doing its own thing there, let's get inside. Let's get everything going. Come up here. Turn our battery switches on, external power, and we'll go ahead and we will turn on our APU. Gonna go ahead and throw in some lights here. Nav light on, we'll put our strobes on. We're gonna supply the crew with some oxygen, and our gears will go to the nav position. Emergency exit lights, no smoking lights, and seatbelt lights will come on. Okay, let's get some things going here. Turn on some lights. Floodlights, we'll get these lights on there. Actually, I could turn these down a little bit. Interesting. Not sure what's going on here. But I won't worry. Anyway, let's jump down here. Let's just make sure that we have our nav data is current. Great, I did check that. I checked that before the flight. Come over to the ATSU page, AOC menu, and in it, data request. So we'll populate our flight stuff here. And I think we have to do... Okay, the weight and balance data is not there. Okay. So we will come over to the init request. We'll go ahead and here, and we'll request that. As you can see here, this is from and to airports over here. Our flight number is OG111. I don't know what OG stands for, but I do know their call sign is, they use player. It's pretty cool. Cost index of 10, and our cruise altitude, flight level is flight level 360. And IRS unit has done its thing here. Okay, let's see if I can punch in some numbers here. I'm not too sure if I can. I'm gonna click on it. I had thought we can come over here. Oh man. This is the weather, okay. What we'll do is I'll have to come over to this fly pad here, and I'm gonna have to manually set weight and balances. And we'll import our SimBrief data from there, and we'll come over to this put our stuff. Is it here? It's right here. Let's see what we have for today's fuel on board. So block fuel is going to be 4.7 kilograms. 14.7. kilograms of fuel. So actually 14,700 kilograms of fuel. We'll round it up to 15. We will the refuel time here will be instant. I'll go ahead and I'll get that going. Our payload for today, we have a 0 fuel weight of 60,823 kilograms. 60,800 kilograms. It's 158 passengers on board. Cargo, you know, 700 kilograms. Stuff there. We'll come back over here. Quickly gonna look and make sure that my throttle detents calibrated. Then they are. Okay, great. Now let me come back over here and let me see if this will all change, and it has not. Wait, balance can't make that. Okay. So we're gonna say 60.8, and I'm gonna just center gravity 30.2. Our block for today will do 15. See what happens there. We'll come over to the flight plan over here. You're departing from runway 19 today, and I believe our SID is going to be the Rallo 3 Charlie. Let's look for that. Rallo 3 Charlie, and we'll insert that in there. We have a disc on there, and we'll go ahead and clear that. So as you can see, we're going to be departing from runway 19. We're going to climb runway heading, and then we're going to make a right-hand turn, and it will be direct roll-off. I'm just going to go ahead and see it. Checks out here. There's a disc on there, and that will be because we have to put in our line. So come down here. You know, this flight is about 6 hours. We're gonna plan the arrival, and we were planning, I believe it would have been runway 04. It's right in Boston. We are. So we will be planning ILS 04 right. That can change. The arrival, was it the it's the Oceans 5 arrival. And we'll do no VS, so we'll insert that in there. Or trans will be just insert that. Let's have a look. Some stuff up there. Everything should be connecting now, and it does. What I'm going to do, I recall flying in fly-by-wire, sometimes these constraints did not match. So while I have it here, I'm going to go over to Navigraph. I'm going to go ahead and look at the actual routing. Arrival was the Oceans 5 RNAV arrival. So we got, I think it's Suffy, Nico. Nico, we got to be above 11,000. And then from Nico, it's Euro. Euro, we got to be above 10,000. Oceans, here we go. Oceans, we have to be above 9,000, below 14,000. So that, we'll leave that and see what happens. Hopefully it does not start climbing there. And then we have, after Oceans, we are going Terry, we got to be at 250 and above 9,000. As you can see there, speed constraints are there. From Terry, we are going to go to water down to Flutie, Flutie again above 9,000 down to Griffey. We're going to go. Gabe has to be at 6,000. Speed 220. That's all plugged in there. Jobby again at 210 at 6,000, and that's all in there. And then we will go ahead and enter the approach. All looks well. LS4 right. I'm going to find the actual frequency. So frequency is 110.3. Just go ahead and plug that in there. It's already in there, but I'll put it in myself. And we look good to go. We will come over to the performance tab here. And we'll go ahead and we'll do a flaps 1 departure, flex temp. I'll be honest, I don't know how to calculate this stuff. I'm just going to guess. We'll do 52 degrees. The trans alt here in Iceland should be 7,000 feet. Let's go ahead and have a look at our charts here. Standard departure. Trans alt is 7,000. And then V1, V2. Sorry, V1, VR, and V2. So we will be rotating at 143 knots, which is great. Turn on some systems here. We're not flying on VATSIM today. You can disregard. I will change the squawk to 2,000. Go ahead and lock the doors. So it looks like boarding is complete. I'll come up here and I'll go ahead and I'll switch on the AP bleed. What I'll do is come back down here and I wonder if I can disconnect these now. So, okay, that's fine. Q&H for today. Set up this panel up here. What is our information for the weather? We have okay, winds at 160 at 23 knots, overcast at 400. It's 5 degrees outside. QNH 0982. Constraints will be on and set our departing altitude here. What does the chart say? Routing, Raloff 3 Charlie, on heading 193, track to KF 285, turn right, to KF 289 to Raloff, initial climb clearance by ATC. That's fine. What we'll do is we'll just go ahead and we'll shoot up. Sorry, what was our cruise altitude is flight up to 360. We'll just shoot up to 360. That's good. Go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. Or the GSX menu, and we will go ahead and prepare for pushback. Close the jet bridge. Watch the tug. Yeah, it's to the aircraft. We're gonna have a look at our taxi routing. We are departing from runway 19, so it's gonna be a pretty standard taxi here. Looks like we're just going to go apron directly to the runway on November 4. Very simple, short taxi. We're gonna turn nose right, tail left. I am using the experimental version for the fly-by-wire A320, so this is relatively all new to me. I believe this has VNAV capabilities, that's why I am using it. Otherwise, if you don't have VNAV capabilities, on your descent you have to manually calculate, top of descent and things like that, so. go ahead and we'll start engine number 2. That engine spooling up over here, and we'll look at everything. N1 looks great, temperatures look great, so we'll go ahead and we'll shoot off engine number 1. Anybody looking to grab this livery for Play Airlines in the fly-by-wire, you can find it at FlightSim.to. There are a few options there. Basically, I just find whatever has the most downloads and pick that. Let's see if we can get a perfect pushback here with GSX. Come on, GSX. Very nice, very nice. Go ahead and we'll turn the APU bleed and master switch off. I'm going to go ahead and set my taxi lights now.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Engine start, stops. Engine start switch will go to the norm position. Auto brake will go max. We are doing a flaps 1 departure, and I will go ahead and set the spoilers. Here, and we will come look at the flight controls down here. So we're going to go rudder left, that moves, center, rudder right, that's good. Elevators up, elevators down, left and right. Looks like we're good to go. And we are good to go. Parking brake will come off. Get rid of this, and we will go takeoff config, check to see if it's good. So we have auto brake max, signs are on, cabin check. Come up here, we have to do this. Fly-by-wire. Takeoff config test, we'll click it again. It's normal. We're good to go. And let's see, does this aircraft still roll at idle? Not seeing it move. No problem. Yeah, I had some weird rudder input there. Let's see what happens. It's kind of turning on its own to the right there. Can't be that windy here. Hopefully we don't crash and burn. Okay. Taxi, like I said, it looks like we're going November 4 to the runway. Just go straight ahead. A little bit of drift here in the fly-by-wire A320. I don't know if that's normal or not. Hopefully this is not going to be an issue as we take off. Thing's so bright sometimes. Pulling up on Echo now. Why is the aircraft slowing down? Here's runway 19. We'll go ahead and we'll get our lights going. Runway turnoff switched on. Nose light to take off, and our landing lights. Line up. Okay, let's get going. 40%. Flex set. Knots, so this thing speeds up pretty quick. Needs a lot of rudder input. My goodness. Coming up on V1. V1. Rotate. Spicy. Positive rate of climb. Gear going up. My oh my, the winds. Up there at 15 degrees. We'll follow the directors here. Throttles in the climb detent. Go ahead and we will speed up. Flaps up. Spoilers down. Continue to speed up. Go ahead and I'll stick the autopilot on. Turn off the runway turnoffs. Those lights can come off. Looks like we're going ahead and making a right turn now. climb on out of here. Standard pressure is set. Turn these back up a little bit. Wow. Look at that down there. See? Iceland is beautiful. Of the clouds. It's always dark. Okay, looks like we're speeding up now. Okay, we're past 10,000 feet. This thing climbs like a bat out of hell. Landing lights will come off. Wing lights will be coming off. Seatbelt lights will be coming off. And we are speeding up now to about 290 knots as we climb on up to flight level 360. Okay. Looks like we have VNAV here. Yes, there we go. That will be our top of descent. Sorry. Top of the climb. I have to say, you know, all in all, this aircraft does feel, in my opinion, completely different than the Fenix. You know, Fenix is a high fidelity aircraft, probably, arguably the best aircraft currently in the sim. I mean, I guess its only competition is the PMDG 737. You know, but I did fly this aircraft exclusively prior to those two aircrafts being released. The reason why I didn't choose the Fenix A320 for this flight is because I like to think that I can keep things realistic. By no means am I a real pilot, but you know, Play Airlines does not have an A320 200. It does have a A320neo, so that's why I chose this aircraft. But it does fly a little different. You know, I do notice some strong rudder inputs there. It is different than the Fenix. Also, you know, pulling back on the side stick here to take off. It felt a little too light, in my opinion. You know, the Fenix feels much heavier. But good job to the fly-by-wire team. This aircraft is free to use. It's not, you know, a payware aircraft. And you know, for the most part, I could say, without the fly-by-wire A320, I personally don't think the simulator would have been relevant. You know, there is no, you know, other good aircraft, airliners, not aircraft. There are some great G aircraft out there, but in terms of airliners, you know, the game came with the 787 X, it came with the 747, you know, and then it also came with the A320neo, but the flight physics and handling and systems just lacked. So fly-by-wire, you know, good job to them. This is a free aircraft. I flew this bird for about 2 years. You know, I took it everywhere. I do know it pretty well, but when you want to compare it to the Fenix, you know, Fenix feels a little more realistic in my opinion. But anyway, we're getting up to about 20,000 feet now. I'm going to ride this one out for probably the better half of 6 hours. We'll monitor the flight and performance. I haven't flown a 6-hour flight in a little bit, only because there were issues with you know, losing performance on long haul flights. So let's see how this goes. Hopefully I can get back to you guys as we start descending into Boston. I mean, look at those clouds. My goodness. It's crazy. Enjoy, everybody. Catch you back shortly. Let me try to keep this thing in the air. Thanks a lot for watching. See ya. Welcome back, everybody. We are currently on the descent down for ILS 04 right. Aircraft are still landing on that runway at this present time. As you guys can see, the weather is just absolutely terrible out here in Boston. I believe right now it is snowing, and there's like a coastal flooding advisory currently right now in Boston. So, you know, for anybody in Boston, hopefully you guys can shelter in and stay safe. Right now we are descending via the Oceans. I believe it was the let me just double check the arrival. It was the Oceans 5 RNAV arrival. We already passed waypoint Oceans, and our next waypoint is Terry. We're just approaching 10,000 feet on this journey. So far, you know, we're about 6 hours in. I haven't set my block time, but I have to say the performance in this aircraft has actually held up pretty well. Right now we're averaging about 67 FPS with all this cloud cover, and considering this is a long haul flight, that's pretty impressive. So you know, kudos to the fly-by-wire team. They're doing a great job keeping up with the performance and flight physics and all that kind of stuff with this aircraft, making it relevant for the sim, most importantly. You know, especially considering this is a freeware aircraft. That's an amazing job. Hopefully, you know, sooner rather than later, they'll put out that the A380, and then we can jump on some long hauls from my home airport, Toronto, down to Dubai. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, come down to the performance stat here. I've already plugged in our approach information here. The QNH is 29.67. Temperature is +1. The winds are 350 at 07. Trans alt is 18,000 feet. Decision height is 218 feet for a Cat 1 ILS landing. We've never done a Cat 3 landing, but you know, we can see what happens here. We are descending down to 3,000. Glide slope would be captured at about 1,700, but this is enough to set us up. And the VNAV is actually holding up pretty well, I must say. The constraints have been holding up very nicely. You know, not quite Fenix stuff, but it works, man. I mean, I'm not sure if the VNAV is in the developmental version of the fly-by-wire A320. This is the experimental version. I thought I'd give it a go. Very impressed so far. For those who are wondering, we are flying with Play Airlines today. They are a low-cost carrier from Iceland. And, they do direct flights to Boston. They also, I believe, they also go to Baltimore from Reykjavik. I know they are going. They're advertising they are going non-stop flights direct to Toronto, but it's actually Hamilton, Ontario, which is, you know, in the GTA of Toronto. It sort of is, I guess you could say it's along the Golden Horseshoe, about southwest of Toronto. We'll be starting those flights, I believe, in June 2023. Anyway, let's get things going here. I'm going to come up top here, and we'll turn our lights on. Wing lights will go on. Landing system will come on. We'll set our auto brake to low. We'll watch this puppy come all the way down to 3,000 feet. This is what we're going to land in. Pretty gnarly stuff. We had the same kind of weather coming out of Reykjavik. And it looks like we brought it with us to Boston. Anyway, we're approaching 10,000 feet now. Aircraft is still flying at about 250 knots. There are some constraints for speed along the way. We got hit 220 at Gabe, and then I believe it's, I thought it was 210 at Jobby, but maybe 190. The gate which we are heading to at Boston, I believe, is Echo 4. I'd have to double check once we land. I'm trying to do, you know, a real world gate to gate flight. The gate that we took off in Iceland was the gate that this flight flew on. I believe it was January 18th. Speed's coming back now to, looks like the green dot speed. I'll go ahead and I'll activate the approach phase, since we're coming down to that. We're coming along a right downwind from the airport. Pass gave at 6,000. Come along here and catch the ILS into we'll get our speed up to about 220. Since we are going a little bit slow here. I think my next flight will be another North American flight. Not sure where we will be going to or coming from, but try that in the upcoming days. I'd like to do, you know, maybe 2 flights a week. You know, we'll do one sort of North American flight. I'd like to fly from Toronto, if possible, you know, and the second following flight we'll do something else, somewhere else across the world. I think last flight we did Toronto to Florida, Fort Myers specifically, and then a couple flights before that they were in Asia. Maybe sometime early next week we'll have a flight coming out of Europe. I do have a couple great sceneries. For the Christmas holidays I purchased some nice sceneries at airports in Turkey. We can hop in the Turkish Airlines and do some flights there. Looks like we're gonna hold at 6,000 right now. We might have passed it, I'm not exactly sure. We had to hold at 6,000, I believe, at Gabe. Go ahead, back to manage speed. And we do have another constraint here at 6,000. Jobby is where we have to hold at 6,000. We'll actually get it down to 1,700. That's where we need to capture the glide slope at Mildit. Should be descending now. Go ahead and put out some speed brakes. Try to get back on that VNAV. Looks like we're about 11 miles out from the airport. We'll go ahead and flaps 1. just going to monitor this VNAV path. We are showing a little bit high here. Let's turn these down. Go ahead and we will turn on to final. Still coming down here. Milt, we need to be at 1700. So go ahead and we will send a little bit faster here. Coming up on the glide slope now. Go ahead and we'll arm our Loke. Approach. Should be coming up on glide slope momentarily. Have a look at our missed approach here. We're going to missed approach, climb to 3000 on Boston VOR outbound, waxing. Once it captures, we'll set to 3000. Go ahead, flaps 2.
2,500.
Disregard the overspeed there.
Two thousand.
Hoping this bird will slow us down. Runway turn-ons. Oop. Nose light. Aircraft is slowing down. Taking a little bit of time there. It's all good. Glide slope captured. We will set this to 3000 for our missed approach. As you can see, it's a little spicy out there. Still coming down about 5 miles. I'm still flaps 2. Go ahead, flaps 3. Gear down. Keep the speed coming back.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Spoilers are armed. And we'll go ahead, flaps full. Okay, flaps full. We have auto brake sets. We're going to set it to medium. Gear down, 3 green. Lights are on. Ding. Cabin.
1,000.
1,000 feet check. Still do not see the runway. It's going to be spicy. Where's lights? Show me the lights. See the lights out in front of me? About 700 feet above.
$500.
500 feet. Go ahead, we'll take autopilot off. Plane's in my control. Hopefully I can get us down safely.
400.
Oh. Keep forgetting how light this aircraft feels compared to the
300.
Phoenix.
100 above.
Okay, there's the runway in sight. We got 2 whites, 2 reds. That's what we want. Maintain center line. Winds are blowing us around. Just keep us straight there.
200. Minimum.
Minimums continue.
100.
50 over the numbers.
50. 40. 30. 20.
There.
Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
Knots. Still reversers. But aircraft slowed right down. That was crazy. We're gonna get off here. I'll be honest, I don't even know if the reversers came out or not. I think they did. Anyways, we're down. We made it. I've not flown this aircraft in a little bit. It's different. That's for damn sure. We'll go ahead and we're going to just stop right here. And let me just see where I need to go. Got off at Yankee. Okay, let me just zoom in on this. Got off at Yankee. Okay, we're gonna go to runway 33 right, and we're gonna hang a left onto Mike, and then we'll cross runway. I'm sorry, we're gonna take Yankee to 33 right, make a left onto Mike, cross runway 33 left on Mike, turn right onto Quebec into the apron, and we're looking for gate Echo 4, so we'll take Quebec 2 Alpha. That's what we're gonna do. Go ahead and we'll clean up the flaps, disengage ground spoilers, taxi lights will come on, and we'll spool up the APU. Runway turns off, landing lights off, wing lights off. It's a very interesting landing in my opinion. We are at the Fly Tampa Boston airport. All of the airports that we come to and go from are going to be payware airports. Okay, this is 33 right. Just gonna come up here and hang a quick left onto Mike. I remember when this airport first came out, the performance was absolutely horrendous, but I gotta say, you know what, 38 FPS is what I'm showing right now. And it's a very shitty day right now in Boston. Those are acceptable numbers. Take this all the way down to Quebec. I think this is maybe the only time that I've flown here with crappy weather. For the most part, weather has been great coming into Boston. Mind you, I think I've only come into Boston maybe only a handful of times. Don't typically fly over here. This is 33 left coming up here. We're gonna cross it. We're going to hang her right onto Quebec. Take Quebec to Alpha, and Alpha will take us to our gates. Let's get on some lights. Now on Quebec, we're going to cross 04 left. We're going to cross Bravo. 4 left. Cross 4 left, cross Bravo. Hanging right on Alpha. We're gonna find... Oh. Let's get it going here now. We need to find... I don't even know what gate it is. Terminal C. Terminal E. That's where I need to go. So we're gonna go Gate E. I think I said E4. And it's right there. Gate E. E4. No, follow me. And let's pick American Airlines. They will be expecting us. I don't know, sometimes this airplane likes to start taxiing at idle, and then in some cases it just doesn't want to taxi. I'm not understanding what's happening right now. Terminal E, and I could be wrong. Somebody please correct me if I am. Terminal E here at Boston is the international arrivals, I believe. See, now we're flying down the taxi. Slow down. And E4 should be where I heard. I think I messed up. Let's turn this bird right here. Give me some power, baby. Just starts randomly slowing down as I'm taxiing, turning. I don't get it. Look at these inconsiderate people out on the taxiways here. Oh my goodness. Rudder inputs are crazy. See, I should have came down here and into there, but, you know, shit happens, you know? Shit happens. Let's see. Can we turn this guy? Yes, we can. I don't know. Turning in this thing is kind of weird. Let's get this thing going. Slow down, buddy. Slow down, man. And we'll stop right there. Parking brake on. APU lead is on. Engine 1, engine 2 cut. And are you gonna bow? What are you gonna do? Do something. You gonna dance? Very good parking, GSX says. Oh, thank you for bowing. Let's come over here and we will request deboarding.
Boarding requested.
And our passengers need to take their belts off. Oh my goodness, that jetway is going to come all the way out here? I don't think... Oh, wow. I could have... Definitely, I could have parked up a lot further. GSX. I don't know about that. Anyway. Here we go. deboarding. Well, there you have it, everybody. There is a flight from Iceland to Boston in the Play Airlines livery. Play Airlines flies this route regularly. I'm just looking at the jetway right now, and oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Anyway, whatever. Play Airlines operates this flight. I believe it's daily from Reykjavik to Boston. You can check them out if you're, if you're in the Boston area trying to get to Europe. They are a low-cost carrier. No, I am not sponsored by them, but shout out to them. This is a pretty fun flight. No major issues in terms of performance loss or the aircraft's not doing anything weird. So I'm pretty impressed with that. There are some things with this aircraft, that I would like to see changed, but then again, this is it's not a study level aircraft like the Fenix A320. You get what you can take, and it's still good in my opinion. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully early next week I will do another flight. We'll throw that up on the YouTube channel there. Y'all can check out my Instagram page as well. It's FlightSim Gaming. There you'll see, some small reels and a lot of photos of different flights, different places that I go to. Like and follow if you may. But next week we will be doing a flight in North America. I haven't decided where, but I like to fly out of Toronto because Toronto's my home airport. Toronto Maple Leafs represent. Toronto Raptors get it. Toronto Blue Jays. Sorry for you Red Sox fans out there. I'm not hating, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna quit the talking. I got shit to do. I'll edit this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm trying to do monthly giveaways on YouTube. I know this channel is brand new, and I don't really have many subscribers yet. The ones that I do have, they have posted their subscriptions private, so I can't actually see who they are to throw them into the actual giveaway draw. But if you can comment on the video, and if you're subscribed, and if you like the video, we'll enter you into the draw. Once we get enough subscribers, I thought that maybe the channel would grow a little bit faster, but it's not. But once we get enough subscribers, those giveaways are going to be coming in. Love to give shit back to the community, and it will be Sim Market gift vouchers, and you guys can use that to whatever you guys need on Sim Market, whether it's P3, X-Plane, or Microsoft Flight Sim stuff. So watch out for those videos. Catch y'all later. Have a great weekend. Love y'all. Enjoy.